Internetians! This is Alias here to overanalyze Miraculous Ladybug. Overanalyzing, repeating the conclusions that everyone has already come to for 20 minutes like you're the first person to have that idea. First, let's ogle at the technicals for a minute. One thing I praise the animation for is its quote-unquote cinematography. The show is great at simulating a moving camera, using many different angles and getting some really creative shots. Its fast-paced action is phenomenal, but the animation really shines when it gets dark. Whenever they have a scene at night or when it's raining, you can't look away. That's not to say that daytime scenes aren't beautiful. The bright and colorful style of the show has never been a weakness, but something about its nighttime scenes just puts it over the top. The transformation sequences are awesome. They're ridiculous, but they're awesome. Same goes for the villain design. And for those of you who have a problem with the English dub, at least it's not the Polish dub. And in defense of the Polish dub, at least it's not the Romanian dub. And let's just say I don't have high hopes for the Norwegian dub. Moving on to the obligatory synopsis. Miraculous Ladybug is a CGI magical girl / moe show where one of the biggest moe characters is a guy. And as for the plot, Ladybug and Cat Noir, or Marinette and Adrian when they're not superheroes, fight our villain of the week who has been akumatized by Palpion, or Hawkmoth, depending on the dub. They get the Akuma and purify it, freeing the person from evil and reversing any damage they did as a villain. Cat Noir is head over heels for Ladybug, who doesn't know is Marinette, a girl from his class, and Marinette is head over heels for a boy in her class named Adrian, who she doesn't know is Cat Noir. And that is every episode of Miraculous Ladybug ever. If you've seen one episode, you've seen them all. So, why would you continue to watch it?
Because it's cute!
Like I said, this show is, at least in part, a CGI moe show. If you don't believe me, look at this thing. Look at it! It's adorable! And they're adorable! And by the end of watching one episode, this will be your OTP. And you'll want to see Chloe dropped off a 20-story building. Also, if you want to see every adult float away in bubbles, a sacrificial ceremony at the Louvre, the entire city of Paris gets swallowed in a dark cloud, and the Eiffel Tower getting destroyed, this is the show to watch. Now, theories and queries. From the very beginning, we all thought Palpion was Adrian's father, and we were proven right by this frame in the Origins episode, and we all felt awesome. I mean, there's no way Mr. Agreste is not Palpion unless he had a brother or family member who was also in love with his wife, bent on world domination, and promised to bring Mrs. Agreste back, thereby convincing Gabriel to keep quiet even when he suspects his own son is Cat Noir, but in the end Palpion will keep Mrs. Agreste for himself, destroying Gabriel and whatever was left of the relationship he had with his son by the series finale. No? I'm the only one who thinks that's a possibility? Well, if it happens, I called it. It is more likely that Adrian's dad is Palpion, and he gets drunk with power whenever he transforms, which gives him delusions of grandeur, making him think he could rule the world, but he won't actually act on it, preferring to find a way to bring back his wife. I'm assuming that after seeing Adrian's ring in the ending scene of Jackalee, Gabriel goes into denial. He refuses to believe that his own son is in the way of bringing back his wife, and he refuses to believe that his own son is risking his life on a day-to-day basis because of him. Now, what I really want to know about Palpion is how did he capture Nuru? Did he just buy the butterfly brooch off of eBay and it just happened to be his key to world domination? And while we're on it, why is the Peacock Miraculous missing? Who has it? When are we going to see them? What can they do? Are they going to be an antagonist? Are they gonna die? Is someone gonna get the Bee and Fox Miraculous? If yes, please let it be Nino and Alia. That would be so cool. What happens if Marinette finds Plague, or if Adrian finds Tiki and they realize it's a Kiwami? And how can the turtle Kiwami sense Nuru from the other side of the city while Tiki and Plague can't sense each other in the same room? Or can they, and they're just not allowed to tell Adrian and Marinette anything? And now, little things that took me forever to notice that others saw the first time they watched it. Adrian's dad and Chloe's dad are supposed to know each other, but we never see them have a conversation. In Princess Fragrance, the most likely reason Adrian showed up later than Marinette was because Flag also got sick, but he took him to the healer right away. The entire fandom rejoices when Chloe's not in an episode. We don't theorize that much about Marinette because we know her life story. There's not much to theorize. Despite the heartbreaking family portrait in the Origins episode, Adrian's mother did not die of perfect parent disease. She just disappeared under perfect circumstances. And in the episode Animan, when Cat Noir is admiring Marinette's family picture, it's because it's a picture of a happy family with both parents in a subdued yet fulfilling environment. And that's all Adrian ever wanted, and he can't have it, and now that scene makes me cry. Ladybug doesn't have to say anything to purify the Akuma, she just has to take it in the yo-yo. You know the cat ears that Cat Noir has? The ones that look like they're nailed to his head? Well, after Adrian transforms, his normal ears are gone. So everything must sound different for Adrian when he's Cat Noir, because he hears out of a different part of his head. Aw, the sculptor and Mireille got together. Seriously, you two are 10 feet apart. How can you not hear each other? Marinette's dad's eyes are green.
Coincidence? I think not!
A quick note on the Oedipus complex. Most people are a bit creeped out by it since the idea is summed up as all boys want to sleep with their mothers and all girls marry their fathers. But it isn't as disturbing as it sounds. The Oedipus complex is about how we build relationships using our parents as an unconscious example. We look for the security that our parents gave us, and we tend to attach that to certain patterns of behavior or physical traits. And when you think of it that way, it's a lot less creepy and kind of fascinating. For Marinette, the trait and behavior are green eyes and kindness, two principal things she sees in her dad and in Adrian. And for Adrian, it's the ability to stand up to others, which we can only presume was a keystone of his parents' relationship. Moving on! People like to compare the CGI version to the 2D version, and for the most part, it's rather positive, leading to some creative artwork and interesting concepts. But I have seen some people get really riled up about this. And for those people, I'm here to say, it's just a TV show. Calm down. There's no need to fight over which one is better when we can enjoy them both. Sure, people are going to prefer one to the other, but before we tear ourselves apart with this argument, let's all agree that both have their own merits and shortcomings, and too much effort went into both of them for us not to enjoy them. Now, I have not seen the 2D version, but I know the biggest comparison is between Felix and Adrian, the Cat Noirs of the series. Now, from what I've heard, Felix is cursed into being Cat Noir and is supposed to be an anti-hero, and that's where I say stop. How do you compare an anti-hero to a Moe character? It can't be done. They're not the same thing. They're both enjoyable to watch, but for completely different reasons. And people who are angry with the CGI version, in order for more people, like myself, to see and enjoy the 2D version, we have to watch the CGI version, or at least record it and delete it later. Comparison can be very fun, as long as we all understand it's just a cartoon about two teenagers who get very powered jewelry that turns them into spandex-wearing superheroes that save Paris. Let's not be one of those fandoms that descends into chaos over which version is better, and instead embrace our differences and enjoy all the hard work that was put into these two shows. Special shout out to my sister for editing this video. This has been Alias overanalyzing Miraculous Ladybug, and remember, I love you guys.